My name is Jella. The radiator in my childhood bedroom still knocks the same way it did when I was 12, like it's clearing its throat before telling a secret. Outside, the maple tree scratches the gutter in the wind, and every leaf sounds like a fingernail on chalkboard. I'm sitting cross-legged on the quilt Mom sewed from Dad's old work shirts, phone propped on a stack of law textbooks I never opened. It's 2:17 a.m., and the house is so quiet I can hear the fridge in the kitchen humming the same three-note lullaby it's hummed since 2008. I used to think quiet was safe. I'm 28, back living in the split level on Maple Crest Drive because rent in the city clawed half my paycheck, and the other half went to student loans that still feel like shackles. My brother, Caleb, 31, still treats this house like a 5-star hotel. He crashes on the couch when his consulting gigs dry up, which is often. Mom calls it temporary setbacks. I call it Tuesday. Caleb has always been the golden one. Prom king varsity jacket, the kid who could talk a nun out of her habit. I was the quiet shadow who coded highlighters and apologized to chairs I bumped into. When Dad died 4 years ago, the will was simple. The house to Mom, a modest life insurance policy split 50-50. My half was $200,000. I told exactly one person, Caleb, because he hugged me in the funeral home parking lot and whispered, "We're gonna be okay, Jellybean." That was Dad's nickname for me. Hearing it from Caleb felt like borrowing sunlight. I wired the money into a high-yield savings account and named it Future House Fund. Every direct deposit from my paralegal job trickled in like faithful soldiers. I pictured a little blue bungalow with a porch swing. I even bookmarked paint swatches. Bayer's soft sky. Caleb knew the account existed. He helped me set up the 2-factor authentication on my phone, his fingers flying over the screen while he joked about being my IT guy for life. 2 weeks ago, I opened the banking app to transfer $50 for groceries. The balance read $1,247.03. My stomach folded in on itself like wet paper. I refreshed. Same number. I called the bank at 3 a.m. The rep sounded 12 and terrified. "Ma'am, there were a series of transfers to an external account ending in 2,291. I knew that account. It was Caleb's. I drove to his apartment above the vape shop on 9th. The hallway smelled like burnt cotton candy. His door was cracked open, bass thumping. Inside, 3 guys I didn't know sprawled on a leather sectional that definitely wasn't IKEA. Empty White Claw cans formed aluminum stone hinge on the coffee table. Caleb stood in the kitchenette, shirtless, pouring cereal straight into his mouth from the box. Caleb, my voice cracked like thin ice. He turned, milk dribbling down his chin. "Jella, it's like 4 in the morning. Where's my money?" The room went still. One of the guys muted the music. Caleb wiped his mouth with the back of his hand. "What money?" 200,000. Each word left my mouth tasting like rust. His face did this thing, like someone yanked the color out of a photo. "Look, it's not what you think, then explain." He glanced at his friends. "Guys, give us a minute." They shuffled out, sneakers squeaking. The door clicked. Silence ballooned. Caleb ran a hand through his hair, the same nervous tick he had at 15 when he totaled Mom's Corolla. "There was this opportunity, crypto NFT project. These developers in Estonia, they had this white paper. You stole my inheritance for JPEGs. It wasn't stealing. It was borrowing. I was gonna flip it, pay you back double, triple." His voice climbed like a kid caught sneaking cookies. I felt the floor tilt. "Show me the wallet." He hesitated, then pulled out his phone. The screen lit his face ghoulish green. Balance $11,342. The rest, gone, vanished into pixelated dragons and celebrity monkey cartoons. I don't remember driving home. I only remember the streetlights smearing across the windshield like wet paint. I sat in Mom's kitchen the next morning, the one with the sunflower wallpaper peeling at the corners. The coffee tasted like burnt pennies. Mom was at her shift at the hospital, so the house felt hollow, like a lung that forgot how to breathe. Caleb texted at 8:03 M. Asterisk asterisk Caleb. Asterisk 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 can we talk? I'm outside. Asterisk I opened the door. He stood on the welcome mat wearing the same hoodie from last night, eyes red. Rimmed, the sky behind him was the color of a healing bruise. Jella, I messed up. His voice cracked on asterisk up asterisk. I'm gonna fix it. How? I folded my arms so tight my nails left crescents. I've got leads. A guy in Vegas owes me from a poker thing. Stop. The word came out sharper than I meant. A neighbor's dog barked once, then thought better of it. You don't get to gamble with what's left of Dad. He flinched like I'd slapped him. It wasn't just yours. Dad would have. Don't you dare finish that sentence. My throat burned. You knew what that money was for. You asterisk knew asterisk. He looked at his shoes. I'll sign whatever you want. Whatever. I'll get a second job. I wanted to scream until the windows shattered. Instead, I heard myself say, come inside. We're calling Mom. His head snapped up. No. She'll what? Find out her golden boy drained his sister's future. We sat at the table where we used to build Lego spaceships. I dialed Mom on speaker. She picked up on the third ring, voice groggy from the night shift. Hey, baby girl. Mom put me on speaker. Caleb's here. A rustle, then Caleb, everything okay? I told her. Every transfer, every lie, the NFT dragons, Mom didn't interrupt once. When I finished, the silence stretched so long I thought the call dropped. Finally, Caleb James, is this true? His answer was a whisper. Yes, ma'am. Another silence, then the sound of Mom crying soft like rain starting. I hung up before I started too. That afternoon I drove to the bank with Mom's power of attorney. Dad had insisted we both get one after his diagnosis. The manager, Mrs. Patel, wore a blazer the color of storm clouds. She printed statements thicker than a phone book. Every withdrawal had Caleb's digital signature, undeniable. Back home, I locked myself in Dad's old study. The room still smelled like his cherry tobacco and the lemon polish he used on the desk. I opened the safe behind the framed photo of us at Cedar Point. Dad's arm around teenage Caleb, me gapped, goothed in the background. Inside, the coin collection Dad started when he was deployed. Rare silver dollars, proof set still in plastic. Appraised last year at $42,000. I stared at the coins until my eyes watered. Then I closed the safe and started planning. Revenge isn't loud. It's the drip of a faucet at 3 a.m. It's the way you smile when you know exactly where the bodies are buried. I created a new email address, ***, Maplecreston, Hurritons at Gmail. Com ***. I spent 3 nights researching. Caleb's consulting was a shamelessly registered to a UPS mailbox. His crypto wallet address was public on a Discord server bragging about 1,000 X moonshots. I screenshot everything. Then I called Aunt Linda, Dad's sister, the one who teaches ethics at Northwestern. She answered on the second ring. Jella, it's been ages. I need a favor. I told her everything. She didn't gasp or curse. She just said, send me the files. While Aunt Linda worked, I handled the home front. I printed the bank statements, highlighted every transfer in neon yellow. I made copies, one for Mom, one for Caleb's old youth pastor who still texts him Bible verses, one for the group chat of his high school friends who think he's crushing it in tech, but the real knife. I waited for Friday, Caleb's birthday. Mom always throws a potluck at the VFW Halls. Dreamer's grocery store sheet cake, Aunt Rosa's 7. Layer dip. This year, 40 people RSVP'd. I volunteered to set up. I arrived early, arms full of folding chairs. The hall smelled like bleach and Old Glory. I plugged my laptop into the projector usually reserved for bingo nights. I titled the slideshow, ***, Caleb's Big Year of Visual Journey. ***, guests trickled in. Cousin Marcus in his marine dress, blues, Mrs. Henderson from church with her famous deviled eggs. Caleb arrived fashionably late, hair slicked, wearing the cologne he stole from Dad's dresser after the funeral. Mom hugged him too tight. I saw his shoulders tense. We sang Happy Birthday. The cake was chocolate with blue icing roses. Caleb blew out the 3-in-1 candles while everyone clapped. Then I dimmed the lights. Before presents, Caleb asked me to put together a little tribute video. His smile faltered. I did. I clicked play. The first slide, a photo of us at Dad's grave, Caleb's arm around me, text overlay, asterisk asterisk, inheriting Dad's legacy $200,000, asterisk asterisk, gasps rippled. Next, bank transfer screenshots, dates, amounts, Caleb's signature. I narrated softly like a nature documentary. On March 14th, Caleb transferred $47,000 to purchase Bored Ape #7420. Current value $11,000. The room went colder than the walk-in freezer at the grocery store. Slide after slide, Discord screenshots, Caleb's voice memo to his crypto bro, asterisk, sis won't notice for months, easy flip, asterisk, when the lights came up, Caleb stood frozen by the cake, blue icing on his fingers like blood. Mom's voice cut through the silence. Caleb, explain. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. I handed him the mic. Go ahead. Tell them about the moonshot. Someone's phone flashlight came on, spotlighting his face. He looked 12 again, caught stealing quarters from Dad's jar. I was gonna pay it back. His voice cracked like ice on a puddle. Mrs. Henderson set her deviled eggs down untouched. Cousin Marcus shook his head slow. Caleb's best friend Tyler, the one who'd been hyping his startup, pulled out his phone, started typing. I knew that look, and following in real time. Mom walked to the projector cables and unplugged them. The screen went black. Party's over, she said. Her voice didn't shake. Everyone go home. People filed out without goodbyes, the 7. Layer Dip sat sweating. Caleb tried to follow Tyler. Tyler held up a hand. Nah, man. The door shut. Just us 3 and the echo of 40 chairs scraping. Caleb's knees hit the linoleum first. The mic rolled from his hand, clattering like a dropped plate. Mom didn't move. She just stared at the cake, the blue roses melting into brown puddles. I stayed by the projector, arms wrapped around my ribs like I was holding myself together with duct tape. Jella, his voice was a scrape. Turn it off, please. It's already off. I stepped closer. The hall smelled like birthday candles and shame. You turned it off the second you touched Dad's money. He looked up. I thought I could fix it before anyone knew. You thought you could fix asterisk me asterisk. The words tasted like copper, like I'm some side quest. Mom finally spoke. Get up, Caleb. He did, slow, like an old man. She walked to the folding table, picked up the cake knife, and sliced a single piece. The blade scraped the cardboard. She set the plate in front of him. Eat. He stared at it. Mom, eat your birthday cake. He took the fork with shaking fingers, took a bite, chewed, swallowed. The frosting smeared on his lip like clown makeup. I pulled the envelope from my back pocket, the one I'd prepared at 4 a.m. While the house slept, inside, a single sheet, I slid it across the table. Sign. He wiped his mouth. What is it? Your confession, full amount, timeline, every lie. You'll give it to Aunt Linda. She's drafting the repayment plan. 10 years, garnished wages, whatever it takes. His eyes flicked to Mom. She nodded once. He signed. The pen scratched like a dying insect. Then I handed him the second page. This one goes to your crypto Discord. Public apology. Tag every investor you bragged to. He laughed, a broken sound. They'll roast me alive. They should. Mom took the pen from him, signed as witness. Her hand didn't tremble. Caleb stood there, cake plate empty, frosting on his thumb. What happens now? Now you move out of the vape shop penthouse, I said. You get a studio. You get a job that doesn't involve moonshots. You pay me back until the last penny, or Aunt Linda files civil suit. Your choice. He looked at Mom. You're kicking me out. I'm letting you grow up, she said. Starting tonight, I walked to the exit. The automatic doors whooshed open, letting in the smell of rain on asphalt. Behind me, Caleb whispered, Jella, wait. I paused under the buzzing fluorescence. I'm sorry, he said. I swear on Dad, don't. I turned. You don't get to swear on him anymore. I left him standing in the party debris, streamers sagging like wet spaghetti. The drive home blurred. I pulled into the driveway and sat in the dark, engine ticking as it cooled. My phone buzzed. Asterisk asterisk Tyler. Asterisk 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 dude just posted the apology. Servers on fire. You okay? Asterisk I didn't answer. Instead, I opened the banking app. The balance still mocked me, $1,247.03, but beneath it a new pending deposit, $500, labeled C, Thompson repayment #1. I exhaled. It sounded like a sob. 3 weeks later, I stood in the attic, sorting Dad's old Army footlocker. I found the photo booth strip from the county fair. Me at 10, Caleb at 13, both of us making bunny ears behind Dad's head. His grin was huge, gap-toothed, innocent. I slipped the strip into my wallet behind my ID. A reminder, downstairs Mom was on the porch swing, sipping chamomile. The maple tree had started dropping leaves early. They spun like copper coins. She patted the seat beside her. He starts at the warehouse tomorrow. 6 a.m. shift. I sat. The chains creaked. You think he'll stick? I asked. He already gave me his box as collateral. She smiled, small and tired, said if he misses a payment, I sell it. We rocked in silence. The streetlight flickered on, bathing the lawn in sodium orange. I pulled out my phone, opened the Future House Fund account, renamed it, **, Dad's House Rebuilding, **, first deposit, $500, second deposit, scheduled for the 15th. I leaned my head on Mom's shoulder. She smelled like hospital soap and the lavender lotion she'd used since I was 5. You know what the worst part was? I whispered, tell me. I kept waiting for him to say he did it because he needed it. Drugs, debt, something, but it was just greed. He wanted to be the guy with the Lambo keys on Instagram. Mom squeezed my hand. Greed's a quiet thief, slips in wearing your brother's face. I closed my eyes. The swing creaked. Somewhere down the block, a car backfired like a gunshot. I forgave him. I said, not for him, for me, so I stopped checking the locks at night. Mom kissed my temple. That's my girl. Months slid by. Caleb's payments came like clockwork, $500, then $750 when he got overtime. He grew a beard that made him look like a sad lumberjack, stopped posting thirst traps, started saying ma'am to cashiers. One Sunday, he showed up with a toolbox. Fixed the radiator that still knocked, didn't ask for praise, just wiped his hands on a rag and left. I never said thank you. Some debts aren't paid in words. Last week, the balance hit $50, zero. I transferred it into a new account, **, a soft sky paint closing costs. **, I stood in the empty bungalow on Elm Street, keys cold in my palm. The realtor had left the windows open, curtains fluttered like ghosts. Hardwood floors creaked under my sneakers. I walked to the backyard. A single maple sapling leaned in the corner, roots wrapped in burlap. The previous owner left it as a housewarming gift. I dug the hole with the shovel I borrowed from Mom. Dirt under my nails, sweat down my spine. When the sapling stood straight, I pressed the photo booth strip into the soil at its base. Let the roots grow around the memory. That night, I filmed this, not for views, not for pity, just so the girl who once apologized to chairs knows. You can lose everything and still build a door. The radiator in my new bedroom knocks the same rhythm. I fall asleep to it, dreaming in soft sky blue. And somewhere across town, my brother wakes at 5 a.m., pulls on steel, toed boots, and wires another payment. The tree grows, the debt shrinks. Forgiveness isn't a gift you give the thief. It's the seed you plant after they've taken everything else.